Good evening, folks. Good evening. Hello out there in TVI land. Just give me a second. Oh, there we go. That's better. Positioned a bit better now. Wasn't very comfortable there for some reason, but I'm okay now. Let's see. Who have we got here then? Let's see. Dave. Good evening, Dave. How are you? Robin, I'm having a cider. Good idea. I like a bit of cider. Emil's in here. Wow. Hello. a very regular viewer, but first time in a parish meeting. Excellent. Good evening, Mike. Good evening, Carol. Good evening, Jade. Hello, Vince. Some familiar names in here. That's good. Brilliant. 12 people in so far. All good. How are we all then? Have we all had a good week? I know we have. We've had a very interesting week, myself and Nikki. I'm sure the members will be able to vouch for us there, because you guys will have seen the Shrovetide football game. If you're not a member, you won't have seen it yet, but you will soon. You will soon. Stopped the alcohol about 8 years ago due to health issues, so it's Asda Orange Crush. Hey, nothing wrong with a bit of Asda Orange Crush. Okay, we've got enough bodies in here, I think, to begin. Now, this week, this live stream is not going to be particularly over the odds. I know we normally go sort of beyond the 30 minutes-ish by about 5 or 10 minutes, but not this time, because when we get to 9:30, I am gone, because I need to be up really early tomorrow morning, because it's the week I go to Wiltshire and Dorset, and it's 4.5 hours down the road. So at 4 in the morning, I'm going to be out of here. I've already got my case packed and ready to go, which is something I usually do on a Tuesday.
You said you were getting up at 4.
Yeah, getting up at 4, that's right, yeah.
Right, well, that's not leaving at 4, is it?
Well, you know what I mean. 4 o'clock, however you want to dress it up, 4 o'clock is when proceedings will begin this week. So yeah, I shall be out of here and off I go towards Wiltshire and Dorset. So I'll just remind you of the places I'm going to, because I know I've told you before. But in Wiltshire, I'll be heading to Marston, Earlstoke, Eddington, Colston, and Bratton, and then obviously in Dorset, I'll be going to Shaftesbury. It's going to rain apparently on Wednesday, so I'm going to get wet in Shaftesbury, which is going to be fantastic. But apparently it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. So, you know, you take the rough with the smooth. Sometimes it's wet, sometimes it isn't. You know, just how it is. So yeah, it's going to be a fun trip. Plenty to see, plenty to digest. You're all wanting to watch me walk up Gold Hill, aren't you? I might have to buy a little loaf of Hovis, just so I can actually look like the guy on the advert. But I'm not about to free will it back down on the bike. I still have Trevor's bike, by the way. I need to give it back to him, but I'm not taking it with me. So yeah. Early start for me tomorrow. Get a coffee, says Jade. I don't like coffee. I'm afraid I don't like coffee. If I did, I would, but I don't. It's horrible stuff, disgusting stuff. I will drink tea, but only on very rare occasions. That's got caffeine in it as well, hasn't it? But no, I'm not a big drinker of hot drinks, to be honest with you. So there we are. Dear, let's see. Vince says 4 a.m. Welcome to my world. That's what time I rise for work. Well, if you catch me out there at that time in the morning, that I'm obviously going somewhere, or there's some big event or something. Usually at 4 a.m. I'm knocking Zeds out.
You're only doing it to avoid the traffic.
Well, yeah, there is that. I mean, it's mostly motorways all the way down there, but yeah, there is a there is this sort of thing. If you leave at sort of 8 o'clock, you're going to be hitting rush hour traffic somewhere, and it's not very nice. You know, been there, done that a few times. So, okay, let's see. Dave Scott says, was that the hill in Holloway? Was that hill in Holloway the worst you've encountered? The hill in Holloway? I haven't done anywhere called Holloway. That's an interesting question. No, Gold Hill is going to be steeper than that anyway. But I'm going to do that right at the beginning of the route. That's going to be the first thing I do in Shaftesbury is walk up Gold Hill. Shaftesbury is a weird town. It's kind of like you've got an uphill bit and then a downhill bit, but there isn't sort of a main sort of area, if you know what I mean. It's sort of on the hill. Town is like on the hill, so like there's just as much stuff downhill as there is up. So, but I'm only going to be walking up the hill once. Trust me. Trust me, I'm only going to be walking up it once. So steep enough. Anyway, that's where I'm going this week. So that's out of the way now. As you may have noticed from my Facebook post, I did say I've been quite a busy bee making plans. That's what I've done for most of the week, actually, is plan stuff out. Because I've only had the one video to make this week, and that was the Ashbourne one, which will come out in due course. So I have concrete plans all the way up to and including May now. But I've started to pencil in some bits and bobs after that. I know in the back of my mind what I want towards the end of the year. Whether or not they'll happen or not, I don't know. The main aim is still to finish Nottinghamshire. It's still to finish the East Riding. And we will actually get another county finished this year too, because a few people have asked me about it, and I've actually decided now when to do it, and that's Bradfield, the last one in South Yorkshire. That is going to be done this year. It's going to be done in May, and I'm going to take one whole entire day to do it because it will take me that long. And it's been planned for a week when Nikki is off work. So Nikki has the option of coming with me to do it. I mean, it's obviously not far away. It's literally just the other side of Sheffield. It includes part of Sheffield's suburbs, so that's how close it is. But it will take me all day to do because it's so big. I mean, Bradfield doesn't just involve High Bradfield and Low Bradfield, the two villages there. There's a load of other places. There's Mid-Oakstones, there's Wig Twizzle, there's Ooty Bridge, there's Worrell, Stannington, Loxley, Warncliffe Side. It's all within Bradfield Parish. It's massive. It's huge. Lots of reservoirs out there as well. A lot of water.
Steve Clark Cemetery's in there.
It is, yeah. The Def Leppard guy.
Oh, what do you call it?
What, the cemetery in Loxley?
Yeah, begins with a W.
Wisewood Cemetery. Yeah. We will visit that in that episode again. Yeah, we've been before, haven't we? So and that, of course, with that happening in May, that will then mean that South Yorkshire is done completely, that all 94 in South Yorkshire will be done at that point. And that will actually be the first county down, which didn't look very likely until a couple of weeks ago. But that'll be the first county in the books out of all the ones I've still yet to finish. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good to get that one done. And of course, with it being May, the weather's going to be quite nice at that that time of year. You would hope, might not be bucketing it down as much as it has been just lately. So yeah, it should look nice out there. I've not been out there for a long time actually, so bits of it I don't know. It's going to be cool. Right. So that's the idea for that. That's what's happening with the last one in South Yorkshire. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the end of Nottinghamshire. which, as you know, I've already said a couple of times, I want Nottinghamshire done this year, which is one reason why I've been planning so much, because I want to know when I'm doing which bits. Now, I realised at the very beginning of this year that with what was left in Nottinghamshire, I potentially didn't have enough space to fit it all in without making some sacrifices. So I have made a couple, and one of them you'll see next week. Because on Tuesday, you're used to North Kesteven. It's been a thing for ages. But what I'm going to do between now and the end of the year is there's going to be little bursts of Nottinghamshire put in between like sections of North Kesteven, if that makes sense. So tomorrow you've got Branston and Mere, which is obviously a North Kesteven one. But next week you've got the first of a run of 3 in Gedling, which will be on the Tuesday. Because I realise I'm not going to finish North Kesteven this year, but that's fine. I don't mind that. It was touch and go whether I would anyway. So easiest thing for me to do is make that sacrifice there. So every so often you'll get a little burst of Nottinghamshire on a Tuesday. It just makes more sense for me to have that there, because then I've got more space, sort of room to play with elsewhere. It's going to be Gedling that's going to be taking that sort of spot. There's 9 more for you guys to see in Gedling. I've already done 3 of the 9 that remain. I still need to go to the other 6, but I have plans for 4 of them at the moment. Not all 6. I have plans for 4 of them. Broxtowe will go into Sundays. I've only got 1 left to sort of place with that. Rushcliffe will stay on Thursdays. But towards the end of the year, there will still be a bit of time where a bit of Rushcliffe that's left, basically, that won't quite fit into Thursday. So towards the end of the year, you might get more Nottinghamshire, as the year comes towards its close. But I will fit them all in. Oh, and the Mansfield one, Warsaw, I've planned when to do that as well, but I can't remember the date offhand. So I know there was somebody asking me about that, but yeah, I can't remember it without my laptop, and I've turned it off already tonight. So I'll have to update you on that if someone wants to know. I've planned that anyway. So yeah, that's basically what's happening with Nottinghamshire. The closer we get towards the end of the year, the more you're likely to see them, because I want them done before the grand finale, if you like, this year. No problem with the East Riding, by the way. That will just continue to its end, because I've got plenty of space on Saturdays to fit that one in, which is good. So we should end up, by the end of this year, with 3 counties done, which is exciting. Really is. It begs the question, what's the next one? What's the next one I'm going to finish? Well, I've had a couple of ideas. It definitely won't be Lincolnshire. I've still got plenty to do in Lincolnshire. Derbyshire's a good candidate, but you look at what's left and you think probably can't fit it all into one year next year. So I'm looking at smaller ones. I'm potentially looking at getting Rutland finished next year, maybe Manchester next year. But this is all way, way ahead of myself, and I haven't even finished this year yet. So, just sort of it's an idea of what's going around in my mind, basically. I know you guys won't mind where I go, which is a good thing. Those Suffolk ones that I've been putting out just recently, they've been getting a good reception, which is a good thing, considering that it's an area of the country I don't know very well. Until a few years ago, hadn't even set foot in Suffolk once. I've been, what is it, 3 or 4 times now? It's madness. It's mad. I think it's 4 now. I think it's 4 times I've been. So let's see. Sorry, guys, just trying to catch up with some comments here. There we go. It's difficult on this screen. I can't really see the comments on the left. They're very small. So anyway. So that's pretty much everything I had to talk about from my end. So we've got another 15 minutes If you want to chuck some questions my way or whatever, then feel free to. I'm here till past, strictly past, because I will be gone at past. So, yeah, if you want to ask me some questions, fire away. Mike says, is it worth sharing your provisional plans on a village people spreadsheet, as Robin suggested in last week's meeting? Yeah, maybe. Potentially. Not quite sure how I would do it.
Problem we said like last time is that plans are subject to constant change.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, it's all right having concrete plans and penciled in plans, but you never know which is which until you actually get there. I mean, I hit a snag earlier today. I mean, I'm going back up to Harrogate in a couple of weeks' time, and there was one. I was planning the routes for them, and there was one that I came across and thought, oh dear, I may not be able to do this because it's not open. It's like I don't know whether you guys know this bit of Harrogate, but there's a place called Plompton, which has an ornamental garden. That's basically the crux of the entire episode. It will be that garden because there's nothing else really there. But it's not open. It's not open during the week. It's only open at weekends. So I might not be able to do that, you see. So, it's all right having plans, but, it's just deciding how to go about doing them. It's not as easy as it sounds. So, yeah, but there's a lot of thought, a lot of brain power that goes into sort of the planning stage. The logistics of it all is quite a difficult thing to get right, because sometimes you think, well, that place borders that place. Is there a road between them? Sometimes there isn't. Sometimes it's a river border. So you have to think, well, I've got to go around that somehow. The Trent is a nightmare at times. The Trent is a nightmare at times because there's not many crossing places of the Trent. And so you have to sort of think, well, I've got to get to that road to get over it. But in doing so, I've got to go through this place. Do I film that one or do I film a different one? A lot of things go into it. So, yes, Robin, Plumpton Rocks. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's only open apparently at weekends and only between March and October. Apparently. Why it's not open in the week, I don't know. I mean, it's not the kind of place that I personally want to go to visit to actually have a walk around. I'd only visit to film it, to show it you guys. Nothing wrong with it, don't get me wrong, but
just not your thing.
Not really, no. It's a bit like a scaled down version of Creswell Crags, from what I can tell. And it costs you a £5 entry as well, which seems a bit extortionate. I saw a couple of online reviews about it. People were saying, well, £2 is enough for this, because really it's just a big lake and some rock formations. That's really all it is. £5 entry. Other people were saying, well, it'd be better if it was £5 to park your car, not £5 per person, which would make sense. So, the clicking noise in the background, Carol, is the washing machine. The washing machine's on. It's nearly finished, actually.
It's to turn it off.
I know, but it's not really bothering me, to be fair.
Somebody's commenting about it. It's obviously audible, isn't it?
It's audible, yeah. But I mean, I think people realise that there's laundry happens, doesn't it? Everyone has to wash. It's like when Hannah comes down to feed the cat. Cats need food. That's a point. Has Hannah been down to do that yet?
She's coming down.
Okay, cool. Used to be £1.50 at Creswell Crags last time you went. Ah, you see, Alice. Now, all right. When I went to Creswell Crags and I filmed that, I didn't have to pay a thing. I don't know whether you know of the parking. Well, the parking space I used is on the other side of the lake. It's close to Creswell itself. You're probably paying £1.50 for the car park on the other side, I would say. But you can park on the Creswell side and walk it. I don't know whether you know that. I didn't pay anything to get in there. Public footpath at that end. So, Carol says it's not a problem, Nikki. Sounds like clackers. Do you remember them?
Yes.
You have to enlighten me, Carol. I don't know what clackers are.
You will know when you see it.
Nikki's got Google out. This will tell me. Is it some kind of like musical instrument or something? Oh, hello. Hannah's got the cat. Hungry, starving cat behind the camera, which you can't see. Not really starving. Just says so. Mike says, I remember them, Carol. Oh, let's see. Oh, loads of comments came in at once there. Clackers, right. Ah, Nikki's showing me the clackers now, whatever these are. Oh, yeah. I didn't realise they were called that. Like you spin the stick round and they bash together. Yes, I remember them. I'm sure we had a different name for them. But yeah, if that's what they are, brilliant. Yes, I do remember them. Right. Jack says, hi, I'm a local. Where's the video of Preston gone? Was waiting for that for a year, but been taken down. No, it's not been taken down. It's still there. Every single video that I've made is still there. I promise you. Nothing has been taken down. Preston is still there. I promise. I promise. Search for it. You'll find it. Your best bet is to go through the Easter Riding playlist because it's 4 videos back. My math is right. So you should be able to find it if you go back. Go to the Easter Riding playlist and just scroll down. You'll find it. I promise you, it's still there. Everything is still there. So Dave says 2 marbles that you bang together. Is that what they are? Marbles on the edge, yeah. Basically. Okay. Let's see. Catwoman Jones says, hi, Nikki girls and Fluffy Butt. I love how you call Angel Fluffy Butt. It's brilliant.
That's me, I'm the Fluffy Butt.
You are? No,
I'm the skinny butt.
Well, you have done well with your weight loss just lately. So, you know, would you like to tell everybody how much you've lost now?
4 stone, 10.5 pounds.
4 stone, 10.5 pounds. And how many more stones do you get to your goal?
I've got 42 pounds to lose.
So that's 3 stone. 3 stone. It doesn't sound as much when you say it like that, 3 stone, does it? But that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, going to look now. It was 135. That's right. Yeah. Martin says, have you filmed Pocklington? Yes, we have. We have filmed Pocklington. That's going to be up soon. You guys are on, let me think, Easter Riding. You're on Kelk at the moment, aren't you? Which means you get Harpham this week. So you got Harpham, Burton Agnes, Carnaby, Barmston, Ulram, then it's Pocklington. So you've got 6 more episodes to come before Pocklington's up. But it's coming. It's a-coming. We enjoyed our time in Pocklington. We always do. We love that place. So, there's something in that Pocklington episode which everyone's going to love. Everyone's going to go, wow, when you see it. And it's nothing to do with the actual town itself. Little heads up for you there. Let's see. Carol says, are you following a special diet, Nikki?
Slimming World.
Slimming World, indeed. So it's all to do with sins, isn't it? Everything has a sin value, or it's free food. I don't know whether any of you guys are familiar with Slimming World. That's basically what Nikki's doing. It's working. It's working, which is a good thing. Yeah. Catwoman Jones says, I wish I had your willpower, Nikki. I could join the roly-polies. Jack says, you're correct. It's on my phone, but not on the TV, YouTube. Well, it should be there. Everything should be there. To be fair, Mike said earlier this week that there was an anomaly with his phone and his laptop not showing the same thing. So that might be the same thing for you there, Jack, with the Preston video. I think Mike was asking about the Harrogate video, which is up next week. Because he's a member, he can see a week ahead. Apparently it was only showing on one device and not on the other, so it could be a YouTube gremlins why you can't see it on everything. But trust me, everything is still there. I would be gutted if something had to be taken down for whatever reason. You're right, Hannah. Awesome. The washing machine's about to take off now, guys, so you're definitely going to hear it. Carol says, I did Weight Watchers, lost a few stone, then put it back on. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. It's so easy to put weight on, though, isn't it? It's so easy to... You can lose a couple of pounds, you can lose a couple of stone, and you can feel proud about it, but you can undo it. You can undo it in like that, can't you?
It's not just about weight loss, you've got to change your lifestyle.
Yeah. Yes, your lifestyle has to change as well. It's all part of that. I mean, I've never been on any kind of diet. You could probably tell. But to be fair, I mean, seafood eat it, yeah. Well, I obviously get a lot of exercise walking around, so I probably burn a few calories doing that. Yeah, it all adds up. So let's see. Yeah, the one you didn't see. Yeah, Nid is the one you were talking about, wasn't it, Mike? Yeah, probably connected with that. I don't know. Robin, Nid is on for members, so you can see that. You can see. Preston. Yeah, Preston East Riding. Yeah, it's there. All right, love. Carol says I'm a vegan and don't eat much. You've been to some lovely places recently. It makes you realise that we some beautiful places still. Doesn't quite make sense, Catwoman Jones, but I understood it. Yes, we do have some beautiful places, and there's plenty more coming up too. That's part of the beauty of this. That you do go to some places that you don't know, and you think to yourself, I don't know what to expect from this. And then when you actually go there, you think, why haven't I been here before? I'm probably going to get that tomorrow, to be fair, because I don't know much, if anything, about Wiltshire or about Dorset. So it's probably going to be, as eye-opening as it is beautiful. It's
link in.
All right, love. What's my favourite county, says Jack. Well, I've only got one answer to that, and that is my home county, Lincolnshire. It will always be. It will always be. There are some great counties in this country, but it will always be Lincolnshire. Always. I don't care what anyone says. You can champion your county all you like to me, but you can take a boy out of Links, but you can never take Links out of the boy. So there you go. Let's see. It's all right. It's okay. Catwoman Jones, I understood it. It's all good. Dorset is lovely, says Carol. Good. I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping it is. There you go. Nikki's put the link into Preston now. Might watch Ludborough tonight. Yep. Nice village is Ludborough. That's a place I didn't know much about. I'd never even been through it before, Ludborough. But that was quite a nice one, that, wasn't it? Apparently East Lindsey's got quite a lot of thatched cottages, and that's kind of the first place where I sort of encountered one out there. There is an East Lindsey episode coming in the next few weeks, which has got quite a lot of thatched buildings, and they're very important as well. They have a link to America, so that's going to be good. If you don't know what that link is, that's going to be good. It astounded me when I researched it. It was amazing. So you wouldn't have thought that a tiny village in Lincolnshire has this extremely important historical link to America, but it does, and you'll all discover what that is in a couple of weeks' time. Right. We have come to the end of the 30 minutes, and the wash has finished as well, right on cue. Couldn't have made that up, could you? So I'm going to take myself to bed now, and I shall be up at before dawn, and I'll be away down to Wiltshire and Dorset to see what I can do down there. So thank you all for coming, and I'll see you, if you remember, next week. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.